completely different styles of football on display here tonight as the running attack, ground attack of Tosa West gets set to take on the high-flying aerial attack of the Franklin Sabres. Good evening, everyone, and welcome into Wauwatosa West High School tonight for exciting high school football with Terry Kelly. John Weiser with you. Glad you're along. And tell you what, in the span of about 48 hours this week, Terry, I think we had about 3 or 4 different matchups scheduled.
4 different games, teams having to cancel because of COVID contact tracing. But to the credit of Wauwatosa West, they were ready to step in and take on a very tough Franklin team.
Yeah, this came about late Tuesday into Wednesday. We originally were scheduled to have Pewaukee and New Berlin West, but that game got canceled. Then we were told it was going to be Bradford and Franklin, but Bradford said no.
Well, Bradford came in after Oak Creek also had to cancel out.
So it's been a wild and wacky week, and I think we're going to have an exciting game here tonight. If you haven't seen Tosa West in a while, it's that ground attack.
Well, they run 97% of the time. Contrast that with Franklin, who's got the ball going up 60% of the time.
Should be interesting, and I think it's going to be, for Tosa West, probably the game of keep away here tonight to keep Burkett and that offense off the field.
Right, and they're committed to this idea of the run-oriented offense, and they do it very well.
Let's take a look at a couple of players we're going to keep an eye on for you here tonight. And for Franklin, as we said, it starts with Miles Burkett, the quarterback.
Player of the year last year is a sophomore in the Southeast Conference, and he's going to be throwing to Marko Rakovic, very fine tight end.
Hey, defensively, they're not bad either.
Noah Jessup, coaches describe him as not only very strong, but extremely athletic.
Then Daniel Martins, the outside linebacker.
Leading tackler on the year for Franklin.
On the other side for the Trojans tonight, their quarterback, Avery Dixon, makes it work.
Avery Dixon kind of orchestrates this running offense out of a straight T backfield.
And then their running back, Simon Doyle, the senior.
Simon Doyle has been cranking up a lot of yardage, runs extremely hard.
And they've got a pretty good defense, too, led by Logan Ertl at linebacker.
Logan Ertl was an all-conference performer last year in the Greater Metro, and he's joined on defense by Colby Basil as a fine defensive back.
As we said, these two teams put this game together as of Wednesday, so both had about equal amount of time to prepare. I think it's going to be a fun night tonight.
It was like the old days. They didn't have hours and hours of film study in.
It should be a great matchup. We're going to head upstairs. We'll have the coach's game plan and kickoff of tonight's game for you when we come back to Tosa West right after this. We're just about set for football tonight here at Tosa West. Time now for the coach's game plan. Coach, how do you have it drawn up?
Franklin wants to continue their great first quarters. They've been outscoring opponents 44-7. Coach Brown wants to see them do a much better job taking care of the ball. They've got to make adjustments to Wauwatosa's run-first offense.
For the Trojans tonight, what do they need to do?
They got to take away the big plays from Franklin. They've got to win the kicking game. And they've got to capitalize on their speed and deception in the backfield.
Coach's game plan brought to you by Landmark Credit Union. Franklin won the toss, deferred to the second half. The opening kick will go to the Trojans, and the near side returner is Will Cape. And Cape gets it across the 25 out to the 28-yard line. So we'll see the Trojan offense first, brought down by Will Henschel on special teams. Avery Dixon at quarterback, the 6'2", 175 junior. And again, you're going to see them run straight out of the T formation here. There's the Franklin defense. Stauber, Martinez de la Cortera at nose tackle, Jessup at defensive end. They'll actually show a 4-man front at times here tonight, as they are here on first down. And on the first carry, it's Ertl. Out across the 30, out to the 32-yard line. Daniel Martins, who we highlighted in the pregame, there to make the stop, the leading tackler for this Sabre team.
Now this is a throwback when you see a team in a straight T backfield, almost toe-to-toe in the offensive line.
Gain of 4, second down 6. Again, they'll try something up the middle. Nothing there. Martinez de la Catera, Steven there, able to make the stop for the Sabres.
Yeah, Franklin plays a lot of 3-3 or 3-5 defense, but going against a team that's going to be so run heavy, they brought a 4-man front, made a slight adjustment to kind of go to a 4-4.
Martins at outside linebacker, Klechka, Bartz, Wauwatosa, the other linebackers, Klubertans, Henschel, Miller, and Matthews, the secondary. Big third down, 3rd and 4. And I'll try and power it up ahead, and second effort might be a little short here. We'll see. Jarek Miller there to make the stop on Waquan Kelly, the 5'8 junior. And it will be enough for a first down. First downs here in the first quarter brought to you by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Well, Coach Brown mentioned before the game that Tosa West will be content to just get 3.36 yards per play and just grind the ball out.
Dixon will get them set. Try the left side. Moving the pile forward across the 42 to about the 43-yard line. Klechka in on the stop. Logan Ertl that time on the carry. Ertl went over 100 yards rushing against Eisenhower in week number 2. And very well balanced across that running back cycle. You've got Doyle with 483 yards. Logan Ertl with over 200. Quan Kelly with 350 yards rushing. So they've done a nice job balancing the load here. Try to run the inside trap here this time out to about the 45, maybe the 46-yard line. Simon Doyle on the carry that time. Nick Stauber there to make the tackle. So now another 3rd and short here for Tosa West.
You mentioned how the yardage is spread amongst those backs. Part of that is due to the fact that on this season, Avery Dixon is 3 for 5 passing. That's it, 5 passes all year.
3rd down and 2 from the 47. They'll try and run it up the left side. Very close to a first down is Ertl. And they'll move the sticks, another first down. Yeah, nothing fancy, nothing flashy. It's just 3.36 yards per carry.
Well, defensively, you got to be careful not to get lulled to sleep because they'll look like they're running the same play and they're going to have some little counter action in the backfield. The other thing you got to look for is all of a sudden that quarterback put the ball on his hip and he's going to bootleg away from the action.
From midfield, 1st and 10 Trojans. Opening drive of the ball game tonight. We'll run the trap inside the hash marks here in the near side of the field, about the 47-yard line. It's like Doyle on the carry, Martins and Wauwatosa both there to make the tackle for Franklin.
Yeah, these are 3 very good-sized backs. Kelly's at 208, Ertl's 215, and Doyle's at 195.
Second down, 6. Nice stop at the point of attack. Kelly that time dropped for no gain. Daniel Martins, team's leading tackler for Franklin, in on that stop.
Yeah, so far in the season, he's had 8 tackles for losses. And, Brent Thone, the defensive coordinator, really looks to Daniel as to be the glue that holds that defense together.
Looking to make their third down conversion on this drive. 3rd down and 6 from the Sabre 46-yard line. It's the quarterback, Dixon, coming around the left side with first down and more inside the 40 down to the 35-yard line. Dyson Klubertans finally got there to make the stop. Biggest gain of the game for Wauwatosa West.
We mentioned a few minutes ago that idea of the quarterback making that heavy dive fake, putting that ball on his hip. He's going to take off.
10-yard pickup and a first down. Another Gruber Law Office's first down here for Tosa West. From the 36. Try and work it up the middle. Ertl on the carry, brought down by Nick Stauber, the defensive end, that left side. just methodically moving the football, taking time off the clock. 5 minutes on this drive, the opening drive of our ball game. Avery Dixon. Hand it off. They'll try again to try the middle of that Sabre defense with Ertl, and he is stopped for just a 2-yard gain. Jack Barrett's there to make the tackle.
You know, as you watch this offense, you'll see that the backs who are not getting the ball, they're blasting into the line. They're blockers as well. A lot of bodies at the point of attack.
Sets up 3rd and 5 for the Trojans at the 31-yard line of Franklin. Yep, there was a flinch on that right side of the offensive line for Tosa West, our first penalty tonight.
Foul. False start. Wauwatosa.
So the false start penalty takes him out of 3rd and short, makes it now 3rd and 10.
One of the things you see Franklin trying to do to counter this, doing a lot of stemming, trying to get their guys to jump in different gaps to goof up the blocking schemes for Tosa West.
This time first man in, trying to run it with Simon Doyle, and Doyle had nowhere to go. Excellent job by the Sabre defense that time, stopping Doyle for no gain.
1 yard for Doyle.
Klechka and Stauber both there defensively.
4th and long.
So 4th down, clock continues to roll, 5:50 to go here first quarter. Looks like the offense is going to stay out there for Tosa West.
Be interesting to see if we get the 6th pass of the season now for Tosa West.
4th and 9. They're going to roll it out. Wide open, and he dropped it. Simon Doyle was there. Makes the catch, might be able to turn the corner on that far side of the field. There was some running room there, but the incomplete pass turns it back over on downs to the Sabres, and that is our timeout here. 5:22 to go, first quarter. Sabres with their first possession. When we come back, special Friday night edition of the Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights presented by Landmark Credit Union. Scoreless here, midway through the first quarter. Tosa West taking off nearly 7 minutes on that opening drive. This will be the Sabres, their first possession from their own 35-yard line. Osgood in motion, and they will hand it off, try and run up the middle, right into the teeth of that Trojan defense. Not much there. First carry of the night for Tanner Rivard, the junior running back.
Well, you can imagine how the Tosa West coaches had to really scramble to try to put together their defensive game plan to counter the spread offense that you're going to see Franklin display.
Gain of 1, 2nd down 9. Again, they'll try and run it left side. And again, the Trojan defense there. Travian Thomas, nose tackle Thomas, was right there to make the stop. Trayvon Thomas, 5'11", 217, the senior. 10 tackles, 4 tackle for losses so far in the first 4 weeks. Comes 3rd and 6 from the 39 for Franklin. Burkett with time over the middle, nearly picked off. Was looking to go over the middle. Almost a gift interception for Colby Basil, a 6', 177-pound senior. Nearly had the pick, looking for Rakovic that time coming down the middle of the field.
It's going to be interesting to see what kind of decision Coach Brown and offensive coordinator Drew Ambrose have made here.
They're going to go for it here on 4th and 6. They're going to kick it away. With the wind, Basil picked it up after he dropped it, got it out to the 29-yard line for just a 4-yard return. But Tosa West gets the ball back, 4:13 to go here in this first quarter. Brooks getting down on special teams for the Sabres to cover him up.
Well, one of the things we'll kind of be watching tonight, you saw that Tosa West was able to force, the 4 and out. Tosa West has 6 players going both ways. We'll see as the game wears on how much of an impact that has.
Second possession of the night for Tosa West. They'll start this drive on their own 29-yard line. Try and get it to Ertl, and he's stopped for a loss. Back inside the 25-yard line at the 24, loss of 5. Stauber able to stalk Ertl that time to bring him down.
Well, I imagine, even though they had a short amount of time to get ready for this game, Nick Stauber, excellent student, 3.96 since he's taking some accelerated courses. That's a weighted GPA of 4.4. He studied it, he saw what was happening, and flowed very well to the ball.
Loss of 5, 2nd and 15 from their own 24. Run it right up the middle. This time it's Simon Doyle with a good run. Gets 5 of those yards right back. Jarek Miller, the free safety, stepping in to bring him down. So gain of 5 by Doyle will set up a 3rd and 10 here for the Trojans. Tosa West, 3-1. Kolstad's second year. Andy Kolstad, that name sound familiar. That's part of that coaching lineage.
Right. I think his father helped coach here a year ago. His grandfather, of course, a longtime coach at St. Norbert College.
Try and run up the middle. Breaking a tackle out across the 35 to the 36-yard line is Doyle. While Kowiak finally got him down. Short of the first down, and they'll break it a 4th and about 2 here for Tosa West. One more look. Nicely done there.
Looks like they're going for it again on 4th down.
4th and 2 from their own 38-yard line. We got a stoppage of play here. Official stopping play. Looks like a timeout being taken here by Tosa West. 2:27 to go here in this first quarter. Well, we had a chance to speak with Alicia Mallinger from Community Advocates before our game here tonight, and here she is.
So our organization, the West Southwest Milwaukee Heroin and Opiate Task Force, in partnership with MCSAP, which means Milwaukee County Substance Abuse Prevention Coalition, is involved with the high school football because that's where our prevention starts. So through MCSAP funding and through Community Advocates funding, our task force has created the program called Safe and Supported, where we go into middle and high schools in the Milwaukee County area, and we really start at the root of prevention, which is good mental health care, substance abuse prevention, education, and life skills. So we go and we help these kids learn all about substances and the different parts that make up their mental health so that they can choose how to best live their life. Yeah, it's great that you guys are back out there. We're so excited for you. Keep doing what you're doing. You guys obviously love the sport. You love the activities you're involved in. Find that bit of passion and put it towards anything that you can really truly relate to in your life, and you guys will be great.
Tosa West, following the timeout, elected to punt this ball away. Dyson Klubertans will let it roll dead inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 27-yard line. Benny Mathis able to get down there and stop the roll on that punt. Well, so a little change of heart there during that timeout.
Right, Coach Kolstad thought he had 2 good kickers, his punter Ethan Poplinski and his place kicker Colin Mullen, and he thought the kicking game was going to be something very critical in this game as they try to, maintain possession of the ball, and if they have to give it up, they want to put Franklin as far back as they can.
36-yard punt will set up Franklin from their own 27-yard line. 1st and 10 Sabres. Empty backfield. They'll try a quick toss here to the near side. Catch is made. This is Reese Osgood. Late flag as Osgood takes it across the 35 to the 37-yard line. Basil and Nelson from that secondary able to take him to the turf, but we'll check out the penalty. Our second penalty tonight. Happened right at the point of tackle. Maybe a face mask here. Let's see.
It's a 5-yard face mask
5-yard.
penalty. It'll be a first down on the play.
5-yard face mask penalty.
5-yard penalty.
Add 5 more after the catch out to the 42-yard line. Sabres get the first down.
Well, Franklin going with an empty backfield, 5 receivers.
3-by-2 look this time. 2 here to the near side. Burkett with time. Going over the middle. Getting up and making the catch down at the 25-yard line. Marco Rakovic, the 6'5 senior tight end. Colby Basil nearly had an interception the last series. Held him out of the end zone.
Yeah, Marco, we've featured him as a tight end, wide receiver as well. Excellent throw that time by Miles.
36-yard pickup and a first down. They'll try to go back over the middle. Ball is tipped at the line of scrimmage. Might have been Ertl, the inside linebacker, got a hand on it. That pass made it across the line of scrimmage. But going back to Rakovic, boy, you use that 6'5 frame of his. Just throw it up there. He'll go up and get it. And he did that time for tune of 36.
Good basketball player, and some of those rebounding skills didn't display there.
2nd and 10 from the Trojan 25. Burkett on the read. Will keep it. Nowhere to go. Able to squeeze out a couple that time. He was waiting to look like on that left side to open something up. Simon Doyle, who goes both ways, outside linebacker, able to take him down. Doyle.
Coach Brown mentioned that they might try to do a little bit more running tonight. Once again, you know, you don't want to give the defense any kind of advantage thinking you're going to just do one thing.
3rd and 6. Ball at the 21-yard line. Burkett's going to put it up. Now going to scramble, and down he goes back at the 25-yard line. Alec White, the defensive end, able to come in and make the play for the sack. His 4th tackle for loss this season.
Yeah, it's a 3-man front you're seeing, out of Tosa West here, but they were able to put pressure.
So the field goal unit coming on. This will be a 43-yard attempt, middle of the field. Wind at his back for Luke Kuhl. 2 for 2 on the season. Jarek Miller on the hold. Good snap, ball down. Kick is on the way, and the kick is no good, wide to the right. So the sack costing points there. Kuhl had plenty of distance. It just drifted off to the white. And again, right. And I should say that wind left to right as you look at the field here from the press box, aiding that one, but he just pushed it out to the right.
Well, you can see part of Wauwatosa West's plan is kind of working out. We've got 22 seconds left in this quarter. They've had possession for close to 10 minutes of that total time.
Respot the ball at the 20-yard line for the Trojans here. Again, Dixon at quarterback with Kelly, Ertl, and Doyle the backfield. There's movement up front and flags come down. Looks like it's going to go against Tosa West for a false start.
5-0. Dead ball foul. False start. Replay first down.
We're talking it might be the right tackle, Ray Hinderleiter.
Could hear Coach Kolstad up here even in the press box expressing his displeasure with a little bit of lack of discipline.
So 1st and 15 from the 15-yard line for Tosa West. Clock rolling here, under 10 seconds to play here in the quarter. Try and work it up the middle with the hole is Doyle out to the 25, 26 yard line, and that will end our first quarter here at Wauwatosa West. A scoreless first quarter here, but Tosa West dominating time of possession. Franklin, Tosa West, a special edition of Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights presented by Landmark Credit Union. Scoreless as we hit the second quarter here at Tosa West. Well, coming up tonight in our Cousins halftime report, we'll highlight this week's Scholar Athlete nominees. This year, our weekly nominees will be considered to receive a portion of $5,000 in scholarship money courtesy of Buban Orthodontics. Second down, not much there. They try and work it again on the ground. Kelly this time on the carry. Gain of about one will set up third and short. Jacob Klutchka in on that stop defensively for Franklin.
Yeah, those linebackers, they're trying to have the defensive line plug up the holes and let the linebackers slide to the open gap and make the tackle on that running back.
3rd and 3, ball at the 27-yard line. They got that nice run to end that first quarter by Doyle, sets them up here. 3rd and 3 from the 27. And again, movement off the left side. Third time tonight. Left tackle and left guard firing out of their stance, Nimitz and Thomas.
Ball foul. False start. Wauwatosa. We'll end up in a situation where this will be 3rd down over.
That shifting, I think, that Franklin's doing as they stem into the different gaps is kind of, breaking the concentration of the offensive linemen for Tosa West.
3rd and 8 now, following the penalty. It's the quarterback coming around the corner, Dixon. Ushered to the boundary nicely that time by Jarek Miller. Miller, the free safety, on a spy that time, kept his eye on the quarterback, Dixon.
Right, Jarek, so far in the season, 15 tackles out of that safety position. He's got an interception as well.
So that penalty costly will force a punt here. This time Ethan Kaplinski.
Critical for Tosa West that he gets a good boot here.
Again, he will have the wind at his back here.
He can't move like that.
And not a very good kick. It's going to get out of bounds right at midfield. Just a 25-yard punt off the side of his foot. And went out of bounds at the 49-yard line. Not what you were looking for there if you're Coach Andy Kolstad.
No, and he feels he has good kicking gear, but one of the things you can see Poplinski did is his toe was way up. He had not pointed that thing out to drive the ball, and as a result, kind of got shanked off to the side.
Franklin giving good field position here, still looking for our first touchdown of the ball game. Burkett and company heading out here. This time they'll put a running back in. They'll go single back look with a tight end and 3 receivers. They'll fake the handoff, roll Burkett out. And he's got nowhere to go. Actually gets something out of that across midfield.
Scrambles for 5 yards.
Yeah, he got 5 out of that. Looked like Jeremiah Garland was going to get him on the right at midfield, but kind of lost containment there.
Well, Burkett's put on about 10 to 15 pounds from a year ago when we saw him. We saw him play Oak Creek. It was very impressive that night. But as we mentioned a little earlier, Coach Brown would be happy to see a little more running.
Swing it out here to the near side. Catch is made by Osgood coming down the near sideline. First down and more. Knocked out near the 34-yard line. Colby Basil there to bring him down. Reese Osgood with the reception. 6', 177, a junior. Gain of 12 on the play and a first down. And Gruber Law Office is bringing our first downs here tonight. Confusion here offensively by the Sabres. They're forced to burn a timeout. Look like Logan Matthews not quite sure where to line up in the formation.
You could see offensive coordinator Drew Ambrose kind of signaling in to get a timeout. We got to get this straightened out. We don't want to blow this opportunity.
Well, earlier this season, I had a chance to sit down and visit with Dan Scholes from Cardinal Stritch University.
Stritch University is sponsoring Thursday Night Lights for a couple of different reasons. Most importantly, we want to support our local high schools and, of course, showcase Wisconsin student athletes. Well, one of the most unique features about Cardinal Stritch University, of course, is our Catholic Franciscan identity and our innovative and creative curriculum that we've developed at both undergraduate and graduate levels. So at the undergraduate, we now have a curriculum that you can actually create your own major with. We certainly have biology and math and history, but if you're interested in other kinds of fields that maybe haven't even been created yet, we have majors designed for you. Well, you can join more than 40,000 Stritch alumni by going to our stritch.edu website and learn more about all the programs we offer. We here at Cardinal Stritch University are so proud to be your sponsor, and we wish you a very safe and healthy and successful season.
Carrier number 22,
Tanner Rivard on the carry, short of the first down. You have about 7 on the play, sets up a second down and 3 for the Sabres.
Nice little jump start there as he maneuvered upfield.
Burkett rolling left, got him wide open in the end zone, catch is made, touchdown Franklin. Reese Osgood with the touchdown grab from 27 yards out. Franklin breaks the scoreless tie.
You know, one of the most difficult things, obviously, for Tosa West this week, getting ready on 2 days' notice, was, you know, understanding all the patterns, how they were going to go.
Just got loose behind the secondary. Burkett on the rollout, able to hit him on the run. Cool for the extra point. This one is through. 7-0 Franklin. 9.5 minutes to go here in the first half. And one more look here at the touchdown. Looked like it caught the secondary kind of peeking into the backfield on the rollout by Burkett, trying to honor the run.
Well, we know that Miles is able to throw extremely well. You know, last year he threw for over 1,800 yards.
Well, later on in the game, we will highlight a watershed moment in tonight's game, brought to you by the Southeast Wisconsin Watershed Trust. Could that be a nominee for our watershed moment tonight? Think about it, it's early yet. Folks at home, mark your ballots.
Well, Tosa West is controlling the clock, but of course the thing you got to pay most attention to are the numbers up on the scoreboard.
Again, our kickoffs this year brought to you by DEA. Don't be the dealer. Dispose of your unused pills at the prescription take-back day tomorrow, October 24th. Get more information at deatakeback.com. Short return out to about the 30-yard line. Carson Walkowiak getting down there. Cover up Will Cape on that return, just shy of the 30-yard line.
Well, it's extremely important for Tosa West not only to run time off the clock, they've got to get themselves downfield and score, so they put some pressure back on Franklin.
Avery Dixon has them set. They'll try and run up the middle again, and a stout Sabre defense able to stack for no gain. Stauber was there once again for Franklin. And when you're a team that's running at 97% of the time, you can't afford to get down by more than 1 or 2 scores.
Well, you've also got to get yardage on that first down play. You can't get behind the chains. That's one of the things. And one of the things you can see happening here is Franklin's kind of submarining, trying to get under those blocks. Tosa West.
2nd and 9. Ball at the 30-yard line. Try and run outside over that left side. Nothing doing. Ertl on the carry. Stacked up maybe a yard. That's it. Brought down by Jarek Miller. Free safety stepping up.
Well, Franklin's had a chance now to kind of see how this offense looks. They're getting a chance to adjust to it. Now we've got to look for Wauwatosa West to see if they can come up with a little bit of a counter action, something to free a man up.
3rd and 7 for the Trojans. Their own 32. Again, they'll try run and trap up the middle, and a little extra burst that time by Doyle, but he's going to be short of the first down. Once again, Miller was there on the stop. The offense is going to stay out there here on 4th and 1.
Can hear the Franklin coaches up here. Tell them not to jump. Tell them not to jump on a hard count.
Backfield of Doyle, Ertl, and Kelly. 4th and 1. It'll be the quarterback, Dixon, on the keep. Will take it across for the first down. Avery Dixon able to pick up the first down. Keep the chains moving here for the Trojans.
Well, Coach Kolstad said that, they borrowed the idea of this offense from a couple different schools. What they want to do is they're running on a track. Anything that's in the way in the track, they try to block it and just power over. It's strength and speed at the point of attack.
Fresh set of downs for Tosa West from their own 40. And they'll try go up the middle. Kelly on the carry. Gets about 5. Brought down by Dyson Klubertans. Klubertans was second team all-conference a year ago in the Southeast.
Right, he's splitting time then between offense and defense. This season, going to primarily play defensively. Coach Brent Thone, the defensive coordinator, sees Dyson as a really key player for them.
Gain of 6 sets up 2nd and 4 here for Tosa West. Midway through our second quarter. Franklin getting a 27-yard touchdown pass from Burkett to Osgood to open up our scoring tonight here in the second quarter. So the quarterback, Dixon, trying to go around the left side, will get out of bounds near the first down sticks. Across midfield, he should have it. Just put the ball on that left hip and turn the corner, and Daniel Martins got him to the boundary for the Sabres.
Can see a little shake and bake, as they refer to it, as he goes on the outside, able to dip it in, quickly shifts up, keeps powering, gets a good forward lean.
Trojans responding here after going down 7-0, have moved the ball out to midfield. 1st and 10, Tosa West. And they'll try the middle once again, not much there. Yard, and that's about it. Kelly again on the carry, brought down by Stauber. Stauber playing really well here in this first half. That's his 7th tackle here in this first half.
Right, and Franklin's been working a couple different guys into that defensive front as well. I see Dylan Palish in there. Defensive line, they're changing up. They take quite a pounding trying to stop this running game.
2nd and 9 from the Sabre 48. You see all that shifting going on by that defensive front. Late give here. Doyle trying to get the corner left side inside the 45 down to the 43-yard line. Simon Doyle brought down by Klechka and Klubertans for Franklin. Laquan Kelly, 5'8", 208. Tough runner, a junior. Again, Clock just rolling along here. Approaching 4.5 minutes to go here in the first half.
And we tell coaches we look for a timeout midway through the quarter, but the way this offense runs for Wauwatosa West, that's not always going to be the case.
3rd and about 4 here from the 43. Now whistle here, stopping play. We get a delay of game here? Wow. The Tosa West sideline,
and we'll repeat.
Didn't see the signal from the back judge. Now typically when you get under 10 seconds, the back judge will begin a countdown with his hand above his head, counting it down. I think Coach Kolstad and his staff on the field there were not happy with that. Didn't see, in their eyes, they didn't see it.
Well, penalties have certainly hurt Tosa West this evening.
Takes them from 3rd and 4 to 3rd and 9. The ball back to the 48-yard line. And it's the quarterback, wants to put it up, swings it out there, and a man there, and overthrew him. Alec White, the tight end, looking for his 2nd catch of the season, and he was open. I think Avery Dixon knew it too as he comes back to the sideline here. He'd like to have that throw back.
Well, good discipline by the front 4 of Franklin, especially Nick Stauber. He stayed at home, didn't come blasting down inside anticipating the run. He was able to play off that bootleg action.
Ethan Poplinski will come on to punt. Osgood and Klubertans, the 2 deep guys here for Franklin. Low snap, his knee was down. They're not going to call it as he'll get the punt away. It'll roll dead inside the 5, down to the 1-yard line. And I think the Sabre coaches up here in the booth feel that the punter, when he went down to pick up that snap, brought his knee to the turf.
It's going to be interesting to see the replay on that to see if that in fact was the case.
Well, that's our break here in this 2nd quarter. 7-0 Franklin here at Tosa West tonight, a non-conference matchup. Tosa West and Franklin, a special edition of Heiser Automotive Group. Thursday Night Lights presented by Landmark Credit Union. Ball spotted at the 1 as play resumes. Hey, something unnatural is happening in the swamps of Louisiana. Dark waters hide deep secrets on the CW series Swamp Thing, Tuesdays at 7 on CW 18. From their own 1-yard line. Burkett looking to throw, swings it out, overshot the intended target. That was Rajovic that was the intended receiver out there. But going back to that punt, Coach, you know, very close to that punter getting that knee on the turf to cover up that low snap.
And all of a sudden you wind up with the ball. I think we'll get a replay of this.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yep. Huge break here. They'll run the screen pass here as they dump it off to Shelton coming around the right side. And he'll take it out to about the 10-yard line. Gain of about 9 on the play, just shy of the first down. Anthony Fisher there to make the stop for Tosa West. A little screen out to Terrence Shelton, a freshman on this varsity team, one of the 3 freshmen on this team. And boy, Lewis Brown's had a lot of good things to say about Mr. Shelton.
Right, the very quick, caught onto the offensive system very quickly this year as well.
Burkett will get the first down and more, up the middle across the 20, 25 out to the 27-yard line. Gain of about 15 on the play. Colby Basil there to make the stop, but enough for a first down. Miles Burkett using his legs this time to pick up the first down.
You know, that's his 3rd rush on the evening. You know, once again, trying to change up the book on Franklin a little bit by having him run a little bit more than that pass.
From their own 27, 1st and 10. Again, they'll swing it out. Ball tipped and dropped, incomplete. Once again, looking for Rakovic. Marcos had a couple of good looks out there. The tight end hasn't been able to come up with a catch.
You know, as you watch Burkett throw, he really steps into that throw, zips it out there. Strong arm.
Sets up 2nd and 10 from the 27. Exactly 3 minutes to go here in the first half. And again, Franklin forced to take a timeout on offense here. Confusion trying to set up the formation.
Well, right before the game, we were told that one of the starters, Keaton Arndt, wasn't going to be playing. They had a substitute guy from defense in. They were already missing one of the top receivers in the state of Wisconsin, Elliott Harris. Got injured in the weight room, actually, a torn pec muscle. Lost him for the entire season.
Well, coming up in the Cousins Subs halftime report, we'll highlight this week's Scholar Athlete nominees, get the opportunity to meet a few of our sponsors that help make Thursday Night Lights happen, and we'll take a look at the highlights from our first half. All of that coming up in the Cousins Subs halftime report. 2:54 to play here in this second quarter. 27-yard touchdown pass from Burkett to Osgood, the only scoring of our game so far. Franklin started this drive on their own 1-yard line. They've moved it out here to the 27. 2nd and 10 for the Sabres. Burkett going to come back near side. Wide open down the sideline across the 40 to midfield and hammered out of bounds. Tanner Rivard delivering a blow here as he lowered his shoulder across midfield, and that fires up the Sabre sideline. That was Basil who took the shot from Rivard. One more look here. Come back the other way. Watch this. Right there. Again, play action. Burkett going for the home run. Receiver out there. Almost coming up with a catch that time over the shoulder. And that was Jacques Brooks, another freshman on this offense. Brooks, the 5'9" receiver.
You know, Coach Brown had mentioned we visited practice that he had a couple of freshmen that had really opened their eyes early on.
Well, when the season, all season long, when a team gets inside their opponent's 20, they're entering the Stritch red zone. Text GO Wolves to 75644 for information about Cardinal Stritch University. 2nd and 10 from the Tosa 48-yard line.
What are we doing?
Burkett, nothing there. Stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Trying to run a little swipe action that time with the quarterback keeping. Locklear there to make the stop. Reserve outside linebacker for Tosa West.
Yeah, it looked like a little confusion in the backfield as to who was going to get the ball or keep the ball.
Sets up 3rd and 9 here. Clock continues to roll, approaching 2 minutes to go here in the half. Franklin has had to burn a couple of timeouts here on offense tonight. From the 45, 3rd and 9. Osgood in motion. They'll fake to him. They'll come back near side. Catch is made by Matthews. Matthews with some running room down to the 30-yard line. 15-yard scamper that time by Logan Matthews. Basil was there to make the stop once again. It will be enough for a Gruber Law Office's first down.
Yeah, Matthews was the player that they moved from defense to offense tonight to take the place of Keaton Arndt.
He comes up with his first catch from the 29. 1st and 10 Franklin. They'll come back to Osgood here on the near side and steps out of bounds just inside the 22-yard line. Gain of about 7 on the play. Will Cape, corner here on the near side, able to make the stop. Gets out of bounds with $1:40 to go here in this first half. Franklin approaching the Stritch red zone here. 2nd and 4 from the 23. Burkett on the run, throwing, knocked away, incomplete. Looking for Rakovic again, and it was Brenez Hunter, who got a hand on it to knock it away. Otherwise, that would have been 6.
He was wide open. You can see the variety of patterns that Franklin runs, and you can also see how well Miles Burkett can throw that ball. on the run.
3rd and 4. Trojan 23-yard line here for Franklin. And Burkett under pressure, throws it out there, incomplete. Was trying to set up a screen, it hit one of the linemen. I think he was trying to set something up with Terrence Shelton, but the timing was just messed up on that, what would have been a screen pass. We may have an ineligible receiver. They hit him right in the shoulder.
And it looked like, I think that was True Cannon.
Yep.
Got put in there, mainly plays on offense. Shifted hit him. They're trying to find a little way to put a little more pressure.
There was no foul.
They're going to cancel that penalty. No foul on the play. They'll wave it off. Set up a 4th and 4 here for Franklin. Minute 29 to go here in the half.
This is a pretty good offensive line for Franklin. They say that the left tackle, Chad Schuster, 6'6", 282, only a junior, getting a lot of D1 looks. They have been giving pretty good protection to Burkett other than one instance.
Going forward here on 4th down. Burkett with a penalty marker down. We'll get down to the 15-yard line. Ball came out, but he was down. We'll mark him down there, but there was a flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
Might be an interference call here. Let's see.
Interference or holding?
We're going to wave this one off.
Recovered, and he was not because the ball wasn't thrown to him, so we're waving off the flag.
Good explanation there. So they wave off the penalty. So we're in the stretch red zone. Should be a first down as they convert here on 4th down. So we're in the stretch red zone here for Franklin. Minute 20 to go here in the half. Looking to add to their 7-0 lead. They will hand it off, try and run it. Shelton hit right at the point of attack that time, got a couple. Terrence Shelton, the freshman, on the carry. True Cannon and Jake Nimitz, both there for the Trojans. Moving quickly here as we approach a minute to go. 2nd down and 8 from the 14. Burkett again wants the screen to Shelton around the corner, inside the 10. Still on his feet down to the 5 and down to the 3-yard line. That was all on Terrence Shelton once he made that catch. He was able to turn it upfield. He'll take it down to the 3-yard line. A gain of 11, and it'll be 1st and goal, Franklin.
Got a variety of screens we've seen Franklin use in this drive.
Trojans will take a timeout on defense here to regroup. 43 seconds to play. They trail 7-0. But Franklin knocking on the door. 1st and goal at the 2. So each team with 1 timeout remaining here in the half. It's been an entertaining game.
Well, as we said, 2 very contrasting styles offensively. In Tosa West, they've monopolized the clock, but they haven't been able to go put the points on the board, and Franklin's making use of their opportunities.
Again, Weston, part of that makeshift Parkland conference for football. 3-1 on the year. Had CMH on the ropes in week 1. 2-point conversion away from sending that game into overtime.
Right. But they've really kind of turned things around, the new attitude, and Coach Kolstad and his staff done an excellent job.
This will be 1st and goal from the 2 for Franklin. They'll give it to the freshman Shelton, and he'll find the end zone for a touchdown, but there is a flag down behind the line of scrimmage here.
On the play. Behind the line of scrimmage.
So we'll have to check this out here. Trojan players signaling that it's against Franklin. Here's the call.
Franklin had 5 people in the backfield, so that would be an illegal procedure. So it'll go back 5 yards, and it'll still be first down.
So they take the touchdown off the board. 5 men in the backfield. So move the football out to the 7-yard line. It'll be first and goal from the 7. Let's see what the Sabres dial up here. Brooks split out to the right side. 2 receivers, wide splits here to the near side. They'll give it to Shelton, and he's stacked up. Not much running room there, down about the 5-yard line. Gain of about 2. Basil there, that was Rivard, excuse me, on the carry. Basil on the stop.
Colby from his safety position read that very well.
Clock continues to roll here. Second and goal from the 5. Burkett coming back near side, through the hands, incomplete. Looking for Rakovic once again. Burkett just missing his star receiver a couple of times here tonight. That'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go, bringing up third and goal. The timing just hasn't been quite there between Burkett and Rakovic here tonight. Third and goal from the 5. Burkett throwing on the run, dumps it out. Touchdown, Franklin. Osgood, his second touchdown reception tonight.
Touchdown for number 9, Reese Osgood.
That's big because Franklin will get the kickoff to start the third quarter.
Right, that combination of scoring at the end of the half and then getting the ball back can be a real, momentum breaker.
Mismatch there. Osgood able to break free. The junior, his second touchdown of the evening. Luke Kuhl for the extra point. Gets it away, and it is good. 14-0 Franklin. Waning seconds here this second quarter.
Well, Franklin's able to get you between that rock and a hard place down there because they obviously can run the ball if need be, but they spread you out so much with the way they've got that, offense set up. Sometimes trips on one side, twins on the other, sometimes empty backfield. And so you're stretched pretty thin, and you haven't had a chance, if you're Wauwatosa West, to really work on these patterns.
As we mentioned, Franklin winning the coin toss deferred to the second half, so they will get the ball to start our second half. Again, our kickoffs tonight brought to you by DEA. Take back day tomorrow. Want to make sure that. Don't be the dealer. Dispose of your unused pills at the prescription take back day. That's tomorrow. Get more information at DEAtakeback.com. With the return out across the 30-yard line. And that'll run out the clock and end our first half. Let's see, we got 0.9 seconds. Okay, we'll have to snap one more time.
I do think the fact that Wauwatosa West has a number of guys going both ways plays into that problem with so many of their skilled players also having to play defensive back.
Try and get to the edge here is Kelly, and Kelly will punch it up to about the 35-yard line, and that will end our first half. Franklin scoring early here in the second quarter and getting one late. Both touchdown passes from Miles Burkett to Reese Osgood, and they will take a 14-0 lead into the locker room here at the half. Our Cousins Subs halftime report comes your way next. This is a special Friday night edition of the Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights presented by Landmark Credit Union. Welcome back to our Cousins halftime report here from Tosa West High School. 14-0 Franklin on top of the Trojans from Tosa West. Pleased to be joined now by Franklin head coach Lewis Brown, and got to be happy with the way that drive ended here in this first half here, and you've up 2 scores against a team that likes to run the football.
Yeah, that was huge for us. Very big for us. We needed to score there for sure, a field goal, but having to score 2 touchdowns there at the end, because we don't know how to line up. I'm happy we finished with the touchdown for sure.
You've got to be pleased, Coach, with how you've adjusted to their run offense. At first, they kind of had you on your heels, but the way you've been shifting and stemming, the way your linebackers been filling, you've kind of taken that run game away from them.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say taking it away. They got 3 great running backs, and it's the best offensive line we faced all year. We challenged our defense. We don't get to see teams like this that are real physical and come off the ball low. So we take a lot of pride in stopping the run at Franklin, and very happy with shutting them out, considering I think they're scoring 37 a game.
Absolutely. And any changes that you need to see here as far as your team offensively for the second half?
Yeah, we got to get aligned. We got one of our star defensive backs is playing receiver tonight, and we're having some issues getting him aligned. It's not his fault. We got to get that fixed, and I think we'll be all right.
Coach, good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks
Good
a
luck,
lot,
Coach.
Okay.
Coach Lewis Brown from Franklin joining us here in our Cousins halftime report. Well, time now for our Scholar Athlete. Tonight we'd like to highlight a special student athlete, part of our Bubon Orthodontics Scholar Athlete of the Week nominee. And our nominee from Wauwatosa West High School tonight is Logan Ertl. Logan participates in football and wrestling and carries a 4.0 GPA. He is all-conference in football and wrestling, 32-12 record with a third-place finish in regionals last year. And Tosa West Athletic Director Jeff Gabrielson says Logan is a leader both on and off the field and the mat. Our weekly Scholar Athlete nominees will be in the running to receive $5,000 in scholarship money. That's courtesy of Bubon Orthodontics at the end of the season. And speaking of Bubon, here is Ashley from Bubon Orthodontics.
Hi, I'm Ashley with Bubon Orthodontics. We are so excited to sponsor the Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights Scholar Athlete. At Bubon Orthodontics, we are a family treating families, and this is our way to give back to our community, who we see as an extension of our own family. Being a part of Thursday Night Lights allows us to be an active part of our community and support high school football. We are so grateful for this opportunity to make a difference in a student's life, to help them succeed, and to let you know how great these students really are. That's what we pride ourselves in doing every day as we transform smiles and boost confidence. Sponsoring Scholar Athlete makes us smile too. Good luck on a great season.
So much, and thank you to Bubon Orthodontics for sponsoring our Scholar Athlete of the Week nominees. 14-0 Franklin on top of Tosa West. Back with more of our Cousins halftime report right after this. And welcome back to our Cousins halftime report here on the Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights special edition here, presented by Landmark Credit Union. We've had the opportunity to enjoy Landmark Credit Union as one of our sponsors again this season, and with that, here is Brian Melter from Landmark.
Hi, I'm Brian Melter, Chief Experience Officer with Landmark Credit Union. Landmark Credit Union is thrilled to be sponsoring the high school football broadcast as part of the Thursday Night Lights program on My24. It's a great way for us to give back to the communities that we serve. At Landmark, we've been successful by providing great service to our members with better rates and lower fees, investing in our associates, and supporting the communities that we serve. We're only as strong as the communities that we work and live in every day. Schools are a place where communities come together to see students succeed, whether it's in arts, sports, or academics, and that has gone on for generations. I remember as a Wauwatosa West grad spending many a night at Hart Park watching our sports teams win, and we're proud to keep that tradition going with the Thursday Night Lights program. Landmark has 33 branches in southern Wisconsin, with 2 more under construction in Glendale and Mequon. In fact, there's a branch close to the 2 teams that are competing here tonight. Just go to landmarkcu.com to find the branch that's closest to you.
And Landmark Credit Union wishes the best of luck to both teams tonight. Wauwatosa West fans, you'll find your local Landmark branch in Wauwatosa on North 124th Street. And Franklin fans, your hometown branch is located on Rawson Avenue. And for more information, visit landmarkcu.com. 14-0, Franklin on top of Tosa West. And we were just talking here a little bit. Tosa West had a couple of open looks there in that first half that had they connected, maybe a little bit different story here going into halftime.
Right, and as we talked with Coach Brown, he mentioned that they've made some adjustments and are doing a much better job stopping the run game, although he wasn't going to quite yield all the way to stopping the run game, but they now are not just getting gouged.
14-0, Franklin on top of Tosa West. We'll have more of our Cousins halftime report here on the Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights, presented by Landmark Credit Union. Our Cousins Subs halftime report continues here on the Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights, presented by Landmark Credit Union. Franklin with a 14-0 lead here at the break. And interesting first half, particularly that first quarter, as Tosa West got the ball to start the ball game tonight and took nearly 10 minutes off the clock in that first quarter.
Well, the contrasting styles, kind of played out at the beginning, but then we saw Franklin do what it does best, that passing the ball. They're kind of unofficially, and we don't have an offensive spotter because of COVID rules, 10 for 17 for Miles Burkett with 2 touchdown throws.
Let's take a look at some of those first half highlights, if we can. This is their second possession tonight. That set up Franklin on that nice pass catch by Rankovic. And this led to the first touchdown here early in the second quarter, first of 2 by Osgood.
Yeah, Reese got behind a defender, and Miles Burkett was able to drop it right in.
This play, wait for the boom. Rivard coming down the sideline, and he dropped Basil right there at midfield. We're able to dump it out again here to Osgood. A little 5-yard touchdown pass. So Osgood with a couple of touchdowns tonight. Burkett with 2 touchdowns thrown.
You can see that screen game has helped him get some critical yardage as well.
That's our scoring, 14-0, Franklin on top. Well, again, the Cousins Subs halftime show wouldn't be here without the fine folks at Cousins Subs, and here is Justin McCoy.
Hi, I'm Justin McCoy, Vice President of Marketing for Cousins Subs, and we're proud to be a sponsor of Thursday Night Lights. Cousins Subs was founded in 1972 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. As a Wisconsin-based organization, we are proud to give back to the communities that we call home. With nearly 100 locations here in the state of Wisconsin, we've been giving back since 1972. Our founder, Bill Specht, made it a point after founding Cousins Subs to be a part of the community and give back in all the ways that he could. In 2013, we formalized our giving back to the community by founding our Make It Better Foundation. That foundation gives back to the community in 3 different ways: through health and wellness, hunger, and youth education. Our support of local high schools, grade schools, and communities in southeastern Wisconsin is something we're very proud of. Our franchisees work with local high schools on donation nights and many other activities. And we'd like to just say a big thank you to all the coaches, the athletes, the administrations that have made high school sports happen this fall. With these unique circumstances, it's great to see these kids out on the field, and we're so proud for them and their families to be out here and playing football this fall in southeastern Wisconsin. We'd just like to say a big thank you from Cousins Subs, and enjoy the rest of the game.
Justin, thank you so much for your sponsorship here on our halftime reports this season, the Cousins Subs halftime report. When we come back, we hope to visit with head coach Andy Kolstad from Tosa West, and second half action coming your way from Wauwatosa, 14-0, Franklin on top of the Trojans. And welcome back to Wauwatosa West High School. Getting set to begin the second half. Franklin leading Tosa West by a score of 14-0. Pleased to be joined now by second-year head coach here at Tosa West, Andy Kolstad. And he played them tough throughout much of that first half. Just that last drive here in the end that second quarter, kind of the hurt there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're a physical football team. They're good. They got tradition. They've been good for a long time. We knew they'd give us a fight. I'll tell you what, though, we're hurting ourselves. On offense, we move the ball. We get a full start, a delay a game that cost us in our offense. But, yeah, that last drive before the half, we should have gotten out. They started on the 1-yard line.
Well, it's kind of a case, Coach. You're controlling the clock, but you're not necessarily getting the payback. So you probably are looking for a way that you could maybe crack a play for a little longer gain. Got something in mind this half?
Yeah, we got to just hang in there. We got to hang in there and we got to finish. We got to go one play at a time. We got to do our assignment. It will crack. We got to have patience in this offense. Everybody's about details. Everybody's got to do their technique right, and if we do that, we'll crack one.
Coach, good luck the rest of the way, and thanks for letting us out here tonight.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks.
Andy Kolstad, head coach for Tosa West. As we're getting set for the start of our third quarter, Franklin will get the football to begin this second half. Colin Mullen will do the place kicking here. Have the wind at his back. This will take it to the end zone for the touchback.
Well, I think you got to give props, first of all, to Tosa West for, going out and challenging one of the top programs in southeastern Wisconsin. And when they lost their game with Grafton, and Franklin lost its game with many people, all of a sudden these two guys decided we want a game, and here they are. And I think, you've got to really say these kids want to play football, and their coaches want to give them that chance.
Yeah, Franklin was originally scheduled to play Oak Creek this week, but that game fell through. And they were trying to work out something with Kenosha Bradford. That didn't come to light. We mentioned Tosa West game with Grafton was postponed, so these are two teams looking to find a place to play. Start with an opening run here up to the near side. Shelton, the freshman, on the carry, brought down by Thomas and Garland. A couple of defensive frontmen for Tosa West.
Shelton doesn't purport himself as a typical freshman, the way he's out there. You can see that he's got a lot of confidence as well as good lateral movement.
You've got to be a special player to crack the varsity team as a freshman here with Lewis Brown as your coach. Try and run the reverse, drop the football, and it'll be recovered back inside the 15-yard line. They're trying to run the reverse to Brooks, and he mishandled the handoff from Osgood, kind of just flipped it to him at his waist. He wasn't ready for it, and lucky that didn't get snatched up by Alec White, working as the outside linebacker.
We'll see if that's the break that Tosa West needs to, force the punt and then try to move down the field.
Loss of 10 back to the 15-yard line, 3rd and 15. Burkett with time. Now on the scramble, and he'll be brought down near the 15-yard line. Alec White, defensive end, able to step in there. That'll bring up 4th and 15. Punting unit coming on for Franklin. So this is what Tosa West wanted to do here.
Yeah, one of the little adjustments, we can't see it as we get this replay. Tosa West went from a 3-man front to a 4-man front so they could try to put a little more pressure when they were only having the 3-man rushing. It was giving Burkett a little too much time.
Luke Kuhl also does the punting. Will be punting into the wind. Basil, the senior, high snap. He's going to try and run it out. He's going to try and get the edge, and he's going to be covered up short of the first down, back near the 19-yard line. Ryan Weissman is the long snapper on punts. That one went almost straight up in the air.
When Coach Kolstad said their kicking game was going to be very important in the game, I don't think he quite meant it for what was going to happen with Franklin there.
Again, not much more you can do there for Luke Kuhl. Now mark it at the 19. That's where Tosa West will start inside the stretch red zone, their first possession of the second half. Kelly trying to go right up the middle, moving the pile forward, takes it inside the 15 down to the 12. Carson Walkowiak, the linebacker, there to make the stop.
Could see that forward surge that time by Tosa West, not only the line, but those backs who feed into the line ahead of the ball carrier.
A subtle adjustment, working with that four-man front here for Tosa West. From the 13, 2nd and 5. Earl trying to go around the left side, will be brought down near the 10, just shy of the first down. Logan Ertl coming into the game with over 200 yards rushing. Might have been Klubertance who got in there to make the stop. 3rd and short now, 3rd and 2 here for the Trojans, trying to take advantage of that bad snap on the punt. Movement off the left side again. Boy, Andy Kolstad, head coach, going to be pulling his hair out when he looks at the film here tonight. Just self-inflicted penalties here tonight.
Still be third
taking
down,
them out of
please
3rd
say
and short. This is about the 3rd or 4th time that's taken them out of 3rd and short.
Yeah, literally shooting yourself in the foot. Now, it's interesting. I heard the coaches here from Franklin make a call of 41, which typically could mean out of that four-man front, you're blitzing one of those linebackers. They've got their designated gap to flow through to kind of disrupt this run game.
3rd and 7. Ball at the 15-yard line. Try and go up the middle, nothing there. Sabres stop it cold there right at the line of scrimmage. It might have been Martinez de la Cotera who made the stop.
6'5", 291, plays that nose tackle position that, not huge up front this year for Franklin, but they've got Stauber at 230, Jessup at 215, Tyler Smith 210, Steve Martinez de la Torre a little bit bigger, but they do take pride in that defense.
They're going to go for it here on 4th and 6 from the 14. They're going to try and throw it. They're going to go back corner of the end zone, wide open for the touchdown. Making the catch is Alec White, the tight end, all alone in the back corner of the end zone, and Tosa West is on the board.
Well, that's a case. You run. You don't pay attention to that tight end. What he's doing is he just slow blocking and then releasing.
Can't get much more wide open than that. How you like the line on the year for Alec White? 2 catches now for 2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns, and that's the 4th completion for Avery Dixon on the year.
And the extra point by Mullen is good, and Tosa West back in this one. They take advantage of the poor snap on the punt, and on 4th down, they go for it. Little play fake, and Dixon was able to buy enough time to find his tight end in the left corner of the end zone. So 14-7. Waukesha West leading Arrowhead 21-7. And our kickoffs brought to you by the DEA National Takeback. Another look at the touchdown here. Wide open. Again, our kickoffs this year brought to you by the DEA National Takeback. That's tomorrow. Check your local community. And the kick will go into the end zone for a touchback. Once again, Franklin will start from their own 20-yard line. Now let's see if Franklin makes the adjustment with Tosa West's four-man front.
Franklin tried that double reverse, that little trick play, and that kind of backfired on them. Let's see what they go back to. Are they going to start now doing their normal offense, spread the field out, take the run when they can with Burkett, and the passing attack that they do so very well?
Looks like they're going to start with a 3-by-1 look here. Single back, single receiver to the right, 3 to the left. They'll try the screen pass out here. Catch is made. Plenty of running room across the 35 to the 40. Still on his feet is Osgood to the 45-yard line. 25-yard pickup on the wide receiver screen to Reese Osgood. Simon Doyle finally brought him down.
Well, Osgood's been one of his favorite receivers this evening. One of the things that Tosa West isn't really getting enough people out on that perimeter to handle those quick throws.
25-yard pickup on first down. Burkett slinging it out far side, had to juggle a catch, and able to make it out toward midfield. Ethan Poplinski was there to make the stop. It's again Osgood on that catch. Again, our first downs the second half brought to you by Community Advocates. Gain of 8 on that first down play, sets up 2nd and 2. Play fake. Burkett with lots of time. Going back over looking for Osgood again. Pass was thrown high. There's a little chemistry there between Osgood and Burkett. Burkett, I should say Osgood down. Might have a cramp. So he's going to make it to the sideline. They're going to tend to Osgood on that sideline. But seeing some chemistry develop there between your quarterback and wide receiver. And Osgood had missed some time due to injury.
Right, he's back from an injury, and I don't know whether this is just cramps. It looks like that's what the trainer's working on.
Well, 3rd and 2. And they got to burn another timeout here. They had Rakovic lined up in the backfield. It would have been a penalty there in legal formation, so timeout taken there. Well, we mentioned it's Take Back weekend this week for DEA, and here to tell a little bit more about it is Paul Maxwell.
The DEA and the Wisconsin Department of Justice are proud to be partners with Thursday Night Lights, and we're happy to see football being played this fall in southeast Wisconsin. We wanted to make sure we got a message out to all students and family about the dangers of opioid abuse that we're still seeing, particularly with COVID-19 pandemic. We've seen an increase in overdoses as well as deaths related to this. We're hoping that we can partner with you, the families and students, to help alleviate this abuse here in Wisconsin. On October 24th, 2020, we'll hold an event where everyone can bring their unused, unwanted medications and drop them off at over 200 local law enforcement agencies throughout the state of Wisconsin. No questions will be asked when you drop the medications off, and this could save lives of family members or friends. Please check out the websites listed to find a location near you. We ask that you have a great football season, everyone stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you.
Tanner Rivard able to run it for the first down. Moving the chains here for Franklin. 6.5 minutes to go here in our third quarter. 14-7 ball game. 3 receivers to the near side here, and they will hand it off. Rivard again with some running room. Down to the 35-yard line. Gain of about 8 on the play. Ethan Poplinski along with Anthony Fisher, the 2 linebackers there for Tosa West.
In this 3-4 defense, Tosa West has to kind of pick their poison. If they spread out too much to try to cover the wide receivers, it leaves too many seams that a running back can get through.
2nd and 2, let's see if they take a shot. Well, they're going to hand it off. Rivard again. He is dropped just shy of the 30-yard line. He'll get the first down. About 4, maybe 5. True Cannon there to make the stop for the Trojans. So 1st and 10 now, just inside the Trojan 30-yard line. First down's brought to you by Community Advocates. Osgood back in there. They fake to Osgood coming in on the jet sweep. Burkett will keep it inside the 25-yard line. Simon Doyle, running back and outside linebacker, double duty, able to make the stop for Tosa West.
That's Miles, I think, 5th run this evening. Had not been carrying the ball that often so far in their opening 3 games.
Rivard the single back. This is Burkett again on the keep inside the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Quarterback keeper again, and that's a first down for the Sabres.
So Franklin's starting to find something on the ground here. They've taken it into the stretch red zone here at the 18-yard line. All season long, when the team gets inside their opponent's 20, they enter the stretch red zone. Text GO WOLVES to 75644 for information about Cardinals Stretch University. Burkett going to swing it out near side. Catch is made, tight roping the sideline and into the end zone. Did he make it in or did he step out? Yes, sir, it's a touchdown for Franklin. Dyson Klubertans, his 6th catch of the season, 2nd touchdown of the year, and Franklin answers with a touchdown of their own. Great block by Rakovic to open him up down the sideline.
Yeah, before the game, we talked to Coach about Dyson. Said, well, no, he's primarily going to do defense. I said, well, I still listed him on offense because he has caught a number of passes so far this year.
Luke Kuhl to tack on the extra point. This one's up, and it is good. 80-yard drive capped off by the Dyson Klubertans touchdown reception. 3rd touchdown pass by Miles Burkett tonight. We'll step out, take a break. Franklin up 21-7. Special Friday edition of the Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights, presented by Landmark Credit Union. Two of the 3 touchdown drives this season, or tonight, I should say, 80 yards and 99 yards for Franklin. Well, it's the last ride with Sam and Dean as they will face off with God himself to save all of the existence during the final episodes of Supernatural. Thursdays at 7 on CW 18. On the return, out across the 30-yard line, Will Cape take it out to about the 34. Brought down in the play by Will Henschel. But yes, a 99-yard touchdown drive to end that second quarter, and now an 80-yard drive for Franklin responding to the Tosa West touchdown.
And Franklin using a mixture of the run as well as the pass to put that drive together.
Andy Kolstead not happy at all. Another penalty here against his team, and that's really the storyline for Tosa West tonight. All the penalties on offense that has taken them out of good field positions and safe downs, if you will, for a running team. 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2, and now here a nice return because of a block in the back, taken back inside the 20-yard line.
I think that's about the 7th penalty on Wauwatosa West this evening.
Dixon will get them set, 3 across in the backfield. See all that shifting going on by the Sabre defense. Kelly's going to try and pound it up the middle and runs right into 2 Sabres that time, including Daniel Martins, their leading tackler. Martin's also an excellent student.
Yeah, another one of those with on the weighted scales, grade point moves up to 4.17.
Got an injured Tosa West player down. Looks like True Cannon, the center.
Well, True Cannon's one of those fellows doing double duty. He's been forced into playing some on the defensive line as well. Trying to get another center ready over here. He's going to have to come in for at least one play.
Well, while they tend to True Cannon, we want to tell you what everybody is talking about. Don't miss the Emmy Award-winning Schitt's Creek, weeknights at 9 and 9:30. Tonight, it'll be on right after our game here on My 24. While they're prepping up his center, that's good to see. At least Cannon up, trying to walk it off. He's been going both ways here tonight. Center here on offense. He's been playing some defense that defensive line for the Trojans tonight.
It looks like it seems to be more of his ankle.
So 2nd and 5, just short of the 25-yard line. Again, movement up front.
I actually think that was the new center. Kind of had a little shrug.
Dead ball foul, false start on Green. We'll replay the down.
2nd and 10 upcoming now for Tosa West.
Well, this offense is geared to getting at least 4 yards or so on that first down, when all of a sudden you then take the penalty and get yourself out of rhythm and get behind the chains. Things aren't going to work out as well.
2nd and 10. Try and run it over that right side. Simon Doyle spilled down just short of the 24-yard line.
Simon Doyle for 5 yards. 4th and 5.
Should be 3rd down
Should
here.
be 3rd.
Down marker says 4th. It should be a 3rd down here. There we go. Using one of those new electronic down markers. Did you ever think you'd see that here in high school football?
A lot of things I'm seeing I didn't think I'd
Instead of the old flip
to.
downs and the old, how to flip them over, and then they had the dial it downs, and now you got the old. Try and go up the middle again, and the Sabre defense ready. Not much there. This will bring up a 4th down. Clock rolling here. 3.5 minutes to go here in the 3rd. Looked like Tyler Smith got in there to make that stop.
Yeah, we mentioned in the first half how Franklin's gone away from that 3-5 defense tonight to have that 4-man front, and they've really adapted well to the run game that Wauwatosa West has been running.
That time Andy Kolstad had the entire offensive unit talking with him on the sideline here. Kaplinski into punt. And it's a fake. They'll try and run it around the right side. They'll get the first down and more. Out across the 40 to the 42-yard line. 15-yard pickup on the fake.
15-yard gain for number 18.
Michael Lockler able to take care of business. Connor Kaznarek finally got him to the turf.
Tyler Lockler has played some on defense, I should say, tonight. But one of the things the coaches mentioned about him is what a tremendous athlete he was.
So the fake punt, fresh set of downs here. Community Advocate first down for Tosa West out at their own 42-yard line. It's the quarterback, Dixon, trying to get the edge, and he's going to be taken to the turf. Nice job by Jack Bartz, the junior, stepping up from that linebacker spot. Able to take him down for a 3-yard loss. It'll bring up 2nd and 13.
Coming into the game tonight, Jack had been on 13 tackles. Nice rangy size, 6'3", 215 pounds.
Got him by the ankles that time. Chopped him down there. 2nd and 14. Again, the ball's on the turf. Problems with that center quarterback exchange, and looks like it was Doyle who came up with it. Keep possession here for Tosa West.
Well, when True Cannon had to go out, they had to make the change. Puts a lot of pressure on a young man who hasn't probably had as many opportunities.
Well, they got that ankle taped up, so Cannon is back in there now. He missed the last couple of snaps because of that ankle injury, but they've got him back in there.
Moving fairly well as he comes up to the line.
3rd and 13. And Doyle going to throw it out outside. Oh, nearly picked off and dropped. My goodness. That was Jarek Miller. Not gonna be thinking about that one on the bus ride back to Franklin tonight. Right in his hands.
Pretty good coverage by the Franklin defense. They reacted well to that run fake and then read their keys and dropped back into pass.
Fourth down again here for Tosa West. Poplinski. They're short one player here. They get another player in here. Poplinski will kick this one away. Nice punt. Gets a nice roll. Be picked up on the bounce. Klubertance around the sideline, across the 30, out to the 35-yard line. Punt bouncing around near the 10, able to take it back out. Waquan Kelly able to come down and make the tackle for Tosa West.
As Wauwatosa went down to cover that punt, I think they kind of thought he was going to let it roll into the end zone to, get a touchback, but all of a sudden he scooped it up and got an excellent gain.
Spotted at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10, Franklin. They'll go 3 receivers to the near side with a single back. Spread them out, they'll hand it off. Big hole up the middle. Rivard inside the 40 down to the 39-yard line. Tanner Rivard, the junior, the big gain. Down to the 39-yard line. Colby Basil and Hunter were both there, but not before Rivard lights them up for a 28-yard pickup. Another first down by Community Advocates. Rivard again gets the call. Inside the 35 to about the 34-yard line, and that'll run out our third quarter. See if they'll try and get one more snap off here. Burkett gets them lined up on 2nd and 5. Rivard, not much there. And our third quarter will come to an end here at Wauwatosa West High School. Franklin coming back, 2 long touchdown drives tonight, a 99-yarder and an 80-yarder. They lead it 21-7 on a special Friday edition of the Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights presented by Landmark Credit Union. Getting set to start the fourth quarter here at Tosa West, 21-7, Franklin on top. Hey, coming up following our game, stay tuned for the Champions Trophy presentation. John Weiser, Terry Kelly, Shane Raffaelli here tonight with you from Tosa West. They try the bubble screen, read well. Rakovic making the catch, but brought down behind the line by Alec White. And Logan Ertl.
Logan Ertl really moved well from his linebacker position.
Yep, it was Ertl. Nicely done. Sets up 4th and 9 here for Franklin.
See if they go back to a screen pass or do the quick kick.
And there's a whistle on the play. The play is dead. Might be going against Franklin here.
Ball start on Franklin. Be 5 yards back and 4th down over.
Now the entire punting team will come on now. Luke Kuhl will come on to try and pin Tosa West back. Step off the yardage after the false start penalty. Kuhl boot this one from behind his own 50-yard line. Another low snap, able to pick it up. Get this one away. Takes a Franklin bounce inside the 15 and will roll dead just inside the 10. They'll mark it at the 9. So friendly roll there for Luke Kuhl. had some trouble tonight trying to handle that snap.
And there was some incidental contact with the punter, but the referee decided that it wasn't something out of the ordinary and waved that off.
They'll mark it at the 9 to start this drive for Tosa West. They trail by 2 scores. Dixon will get them set at the line of scrimmage. Try and run it up the middle again with Simon Doyle. Doyle out across the 15 to about the 16-yard line. Carson Walkowiak credited with the tackle.
Little cross-back action that time. Fake it to the left and then give it back to the back going to the right.
Try the left side. Out to about the 20, close to a first down. Let's see if they move the chains. They will get the first down. Jarek Miller credited with the stop. Another community advocate first down here in this second half. Again, you're down 2 scores, but this is a team that doesn't throw very much. So you're going to playing not only the defense, but playing against the clock here in this fourth quarter. This time, Dixon going to have nowhere to go, and he'll be sacked back inside the 10-yard line. Tried to roll out to his left, but well read by that defense. Looked like it was Billy Burns in there now at linebacker who gets credited with the sack, the senior.
Yeah, Billy Burns is in for Will Henschel this evening, and they also had good coverage downfield, which made Dixon tuck that ball and try to escape.
Now 2nd and 22 for the Trojans. Go up the middle, get to about the 10-yard line. Gain of about 2, maybe 3 out of that. Met by a host of Sabres that time on defense. Now quickly 3rd and long facing Tosa West. Avery Dixon, the quarterback, comes to the sideline to get the plays. Ray Hubbard, the offensive coordinator. Andy Kolstad, the head coach. 3rd and 20. Try and throw it out here to the near side, and there was too much pressure that time. Dyson just had to get rid of it, looking for Alec White, the tight end.
Yeah, if you're not accustomed to pass blocking, it's quite a transition to make as a lineman.
It was Burns again on that pressure. Gets a sack and a pressure here on this series defensively for Franklin. So 4th down, Poplinski will have to punt out of his own end zone. Lubertan standing near midfield. Again, Poplinski kicking into the wind here. Just got that one away. Take a bounce and crawl up the sideline and go out of bounds just shy of midfield. So they get a favorable roll going out at the 48. So a 38-yard punt out to the 48-yard line. Franklin will take over, leading 21-7 here with just over 8.5 minutes to play. Again, Waukesha West leading Arrowhead 24-13. West bouncing back from their loss last week to Mukwonago.
Well, they had 3 of their offensive linemen out of last week's game. Undoubtedly that had an impact on what Waukesha West was able to do.
We will see Arrowhead, at least we're scheduled to see Arrowhead again next week. I'd always throw that in there. Rivard trying to spin out of a tackle, could not. Dropped immediately. Michael Leckler again in on that stop. He's made a couple of nice tackles here in the second half for the Trojans. Gain of just 1 sets up 2nd and 9. You get a good look at Rivard. He'll line up off the right hip here of Burkett. This time they'll swing it out, far side. And then call it an incomplete pass. Again, looking for Rakovic out there. It was broken up by Alec White, I think, the defensive end.
I think Alec White.
So quickly now becomes 3rd and 9, the clock stopping with that incompletion. See what Lewis Brown has dialed up here on 3rd and 9 from midfield. They go with the play fake. Burkett under pressure, and down he goes again. Alec White able to chase him down from that right defensive end position, coming right down the line of scrimmage for the sack.
You know, Alec White, another one of those players going both ways, but he's showing he's not running out of gas.
3 sacks tonight for White. Another look. Again, these have been adventures here on these snaps back to Luke Kuhl. They block it. It's blocked. Able to get in there on the block was Dorian Nelson, who blocked the punt. And the Trojans will take over inside the 30-yard line. One more look. He just came right up the middle. He was looking for the scoop and score. He was really hoping that ball would take one more little hop, and he was going to take it all the way back. They'll take over at the Franklin 27-yard line, trailing by 2 scores midway through this 4th quarter. This time it's Ertl on the carry inside the 25-yard line, brought down by Logan Matthews.
Well, you've got to admire the tenacity of Wauwatosa West tonight and how hard they're playing. Obviously, Franklin, one of the better programs in all of southeastern Wisconsin, and Wauwatosa West is not back down.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Again, they'll try and work it off the edge, and the Sabres had that read well. Waquan Kelly losing yardage there.
Franklin's been getting good penetration.
Daniel Martins with that penetration that time. The loss of 2 sets up 3rd and 9. One more look.
Jacob Klechka got in there and also helped on that tackle.
So 3rd and 9 from the 26. And look to pass, and again pressure. Dyson trying to throw it away, and it was nearly picked off. Getting a hand on it defensively for Franklin. That was Nick Stauber, the defensive end.
He had touchdown dreams
Yes,
dancing in his head that time.
Oh, those linemen, boy, they get a chance to make an interception. They thinking about that one for a while.
We've mentioned before what a good student Nick is, and he read things very well and analyzed what he needed to do.
Nearly added an interception to his repertoire. He's got a tackle for loss and a forced fumble already this season. 4th and 9 from the 26. They'll go for it. Nixon on the scramble trying to get the yardage. Flag down as he gets the first down. That should be a holding call. It might bring this back.
But there is a flag on the play.
It's Hinderleiter, who was down there trying to set up the block. That may be a holding call. It'll take away a first down. Boy, they've been bit by the penalty bug at the most inopportune times here tonight.
That's the first time we've seen Wauwatosa West out of its T formation.
Would have been enough for the first down.
We have holding on Green. We'll replay 4th down. We go back 10 from where the foul was.
So a step off 10 yards on the holding from the spot of the foul, which will move it out to the 38-yard line. We'll set up a 4th and 19. Again, they'll go from the pistol. And again on the scramble. Coming down the sideline, another penalty flag down. There'll be another holding call here, I believe. They may just decline it here because he was stopped well short of the first down. We'll sort this out before we go to break.
We have holding on Green. Penalty is declined, and there'll be. It was
So
two of you guys.
Franklin will take over, declining the penalty short of the first down. When we come back, we'll take our break. Midway through this fourth quarter, Franklin leading Tosa West 21-7. Special Friday edition of the Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights presented by Landmark Credit Union. Midway through the fourth, watch your favorite animated shows, including The Simpsons, Family Guy, and Bob's Burgers. It's a new time for Animayhem, weeknights starting at 10 here on My 24. 5:44 to play. Franklin takes over on downs, leading 21-7. They'll spread him out and run Burkett, the quarterback, out to about the 39-yard line, gain of about 5 for Burkett. Ethan Poplinski in on the stop, the outside linebacker for the Trojans.
With those outside backers for Wauwatosa West moving out, you've got a 5 against 4 advantage for your offensive line, and having Burkett just run the ball on a quarterback draw.
Again, he'll run it on the draw. Burkett will get the first down out near the 45-yard line. Gain of 6. True Cannon, the center and nose tackle, going both ways, able to make the stop, but not before Burkett picks up another Community Advocates first down for Franklin. Really, that's the key here for the Sabres now. Keep it between the white boundaries. Let that clock roll. We'll give it to the freshman. Cuts the edge left side and brought down at midfield. That was the freshman Terrence Shelton on the carry.
He was able to avoid Logan Ertl, who'd gotten deep penetration in the backfield.
More importantly, he was able to stay in bounds on that far sideline, keep the clock moving. Second down, 5 from midfield. Shelton again on the call. Bounces his way inside the 50. About the 45-yard line. Traven Thomas there to make the stop. Sets up 3rd and short now for Franklin. Clock will roll under 4 minutes to go here in this ball game. Burkett gonna run it. He'll get the first down inside the 45-yard line. Clock will stop to reset the chains, and a fresh set of downs here for Franklin.
Well, at 2:05 this year, Miles Burkett is actually, going to be a real threat, not only with his arm but with his legs, and you're seeing that play out tonight. He's had a couple key runs.
First and 10 from the 44. Burkett wants to throw. Man out there, threw his hands and incomplete. He got behind the safety. Rivard out of the backfield, the old wheel route coach.
Okay. And good fakes, good ball fakes that time by Miles Burkett. Rivard
knows he had 6. Got behind Leckler, the linebacker that time. 2nd down, 10. Run it. Staying between the tackle box. Moving the pile forward. Gets an extra 3 or 4 yards. Rivard, strong runner. 5'10", 191. Able to move that pile forward.
Saw William Wilson, at guard, helping to lead that line. Chad Schuster, excellent player, getting D1 looks out at the tackle. Jack Norgard at left guard. Peyton Harchie at the center. Will Wilson at right guard, and Evan Scott, right tackle.
3rd and 5. Rivard, check that, Burkett. Able to take it inside the 30. Another 1st down here for Franklin, and that's what good teams do. They find a way to melt the clock. Miles Burkett, the junior, showing some athleticism with his feet here. Talked a lot about 3 touchdown passes tonight. Now has 10 on the year. 2 of them to Reese Osgood tonight. Pitch and go. Well covered and caught out of bounds. Looked like it was Dorian Nelson out there covering Rakovic, the senior.
Yeah, I think that's about only the 22nd pass attempt tonight, which might be a low so far for Miles Burkett in a game this season.
Stops the clock with 2:21 to play. 2nd down, 10 from the 28. Again, Rivard bouncing off tackles, moving the pile forward down to the 20-yard line. Poplinski and Fisher finally got him down, but it was just a war of will there. Tanner Rivard, again, showing that amazing strength for 5'10", 191.
And this is a young offense for Franklin. There's only one senior on the offensive line. Most of their skilled people are also juniors.
3rd and 3. Rivard not going to get there. Tosa West defense stiffens. Alec White with 3 sacks tonight to go with 5 tackles now. Able to make the play. Now the officials will stop play here as Tosa West going to take a timeout. So timeout taken by the Trojans, and here's Luka Pavlakis out of Sweetwater with some more information on that organization.
Hi, my name is Luka, and I'm the volunteer coordinator at Sweetwater. We're currently running a program called Adopt or Dream. In football, it takes all 11 players working together to score a touchdown. Just like it takes all 11 players to score a touchdown in football, it takes everybody living in the Milwaukee area to make sure that our waters and our lakes stay clean. When it rains, if there's debris in our storm drains or trash or litter, that stuff can get in and cause problems. It could cause property damage, flooding, and it could cause pollution in our waterways. To learn more about this and to get active and help our community, visit the website here.
1:42 to play, 4th and 3. Get the 1st down, pretty much ices the ball game here for Franklin.
Yeah, we'll see if Burkett does a little bit of a run fake and a pass.
Well, they're going to try and draw him off, but Tosa West held their ground. Well, coming up in our post game, we'll award the Champions Trophy.
Yeah.
Also be looking for our watershed moment of the ball game too.
Why not? I gotta stay warm.
A couple of candidates for that. I gotta believe might be that. Maybe that touchdown at the end of the 2nd quarter.
Right.
Franklin was able to score going in that 99-yard drive to end that 2nd quarter, and
then you're getting
turn
the ball,
corner. Yep.
Getting the ball back to begin the 2nd half. In Wauwatosa West, we mentioned the fact that 6, sometimes 7 of these guys going both ways. But Wauwatosa West, very fine team.
Very much different looking team than what we saw last year when we were here, that 3-0 ball game. But Andy Colstead, I think, has got a good mix here. That T formation running out of that.
He's got a system that he thinks gives him a chance to win. And I think, they've been doing well this year. They've run into a very, very strong opponent.
4th and 3. Burkett scrambling. Going to go down short of the first down. Tosa West will take over. Minute 34 to play, down 21-7. Yeah, again, Tosa West was supposed to play Grafton. That game was postponed. Then they were trying to scramble. They thought they had a game at Rhinelander.
Rhinelander would have been about a 6.5-hour bus ride.
And Franklin was looking for an opponent. Oak Creek had canceled their game. They were scrambling. They thought they'd get Bradford to play, but Bradford didn't want to give up their bye week. Jeff Gabrielson here, the athletic director, able to reach out. He didn't back off. Try and run it across the 25 to the 26-yard line. It was Doyle on the carry, Kluvertance on the stop.
Appearing on both sides of the ball tonight, Tyson Kluvertance. Ironically, this happens to be Franklin's homecoming game.
Yes. I'll explain that here in a minute. Stacked up short of the 30. Kluvertance again on the stop. They moved it out here so that Franklin can at least bring some of their fans here for the homecoming game.
So it's, Wauwatosa West staff had to adjust very quickly on the fly, and, hats off to them.
Jeff Gabrielson, the athletic director, a special thank you for putting this together in the 11th hour. Dixon trying to come around the near side. He is belted at the 25-yard line. Guess who? Kluvertance.
Right on cue. Second team all-conference performer a year ago.
Fourth down here for Tosa West in the waning seconds. They will fall to 3 and 2. Franklin now will get to 4 and 0. That reconfigured Southeast Conference. They'll try and run it up the middle. Ball came out, but I think the runner pulled it back. Doyle picks up the first down. Jarek Miller on the tackle, and that'll do it. Trojans will take their final timeout with 3.6 seconds left. The reconfigured Southeast Conference, too. You've got a team that's going to take a week off and have a bye. The Racine School's not playing fall ball in the Southeast. So you had the Tremper, Bradford, and Indian Trail from Kenosha, Oak Creek, and Franklin making up the old 5-team conference. And for some of you watching tonight, that probably harkens your day back to the old South Shore Conference back in the late 60s, early 70s.
So Kenosha Bradford knows they're probably going to see Franklin again. And we still are not quite sure how things are going to play out those last 2 games of the season. There are many options that might come into play.
Yeah, the WIAA still hashing that out, talking about potting teams and putting them in groups and having a couple weeks of what would be playoff football, at least, going into November. Might be the final snap here. Ball's on the ground, picked up by Doyle, and that will end it here at Tosa West. So Franklin gets 3 touchdown passes from Burkett tonight, 2 of them to Osgood, and they hold back the Tosa West Trojans 21-7. Stay tuned. Our postgame coming up next. We'll hand out the Champions Trophy. We'll have our watershed moment of the ball game. A couple of final words from Tosa West when we return right after this. Wow. Well, Franklin gets to 4-0 on the season as they hand the Tosa West Trojans their second loss of the year. Final tonight, 21-7. Let's head on down to the sidelines. It's our Champions Trophy presentation. Looks like we got Daniel Martins, the leading tackler on this team. Congratulations on the win tonight, young man.
Thank you. It was a tough win. We knew they would bring the intensity. We got to match it.
Well, you came out. I thought that maybe the key moment tonight might have been that drive to end that second quarter.
Yeah, we knew we needed to get a stop. We were in a tough place, but our defense was able to come and make big plays.
Your defense tonight you knew you were going to see that T formation and all the different traps and inside running, but you guys look like, for having just a couple days to prep for it, handled it pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, we were supposed to play 2 different teams this week. We only had 2 days to plan for it. Our coaches did a great job putting the game plan in, and we all just did our jobs.
Well, hats off to you guys. As you said, you had originally going to play Oak Creek on early this week. That game got postponed. You were trying to work out Bradford. That didn't work. And Tosa West was headed to Rhinelander until you guys came calling.
Yeah, we didn't know what was going to happen. We got to be adaptable, especially in this weird season. No one knows what's going to happen, but we were able to prepare, and we got the W.
And you got to be thankful that you're able to play the game and be respectful of the fact that you got a game in.
Yeah, I think you guys really appreciate Tosa West ready to agree to come and play you guys, and they gave you a good game.
Oh yeah, of course. We knew they were going to give us a good game. We watched film. They play hard. We just had to match that, and we did that. And yeah, I'm definitely thankful that we got a game in because we don't know how many more we're going to get.
Well, Mr. Martins, congratulations on the win here tonight. Enjoy it. A good bus ride back to Franklin, and good luck the rest of the way.
Yep, thank you.
You bet. Daniel Martins, outside linebacker for the Franklin Sabres. They get the win here tonight, 21-7. Well, it's time now for our watershed moment. That's brought to you by Southeast Wisconsin Watersheds Trust. We touched on it, I think. It was that last drive to end that second quarter, the 99-yard touchdown drive by Franklin, capped off by the Osgood touchdown reception. Our Sweetwater watershed moment. And here it is.
Even throwing off his back foot, he was able to complete that pass.
The touchdown to Osgood, his second of the season, second of the game, I should say. And that kind of set the tone going into that second half. Franklin taking the lead, getting the ball to start that second half as well. Our watershed moment brought to you by Southeast Wisconsin Watersheds Trust. We'll step out, take another break. When we come back, final word here from Tosa West High School. 21-7, Franklin over Tosa West. Back after this. Franklin remains unbeaten, 4-0 on the season as they defeat Tosa West here tonight, 21-7. West falling to 3-2 on the year. Well, next week we head out to Kettle Moraine High School. That's our first ever visit to Kettle Moraine High School. We'll see the Lasers hosting Heartland Arrowhead, our second go-around for Arrowhead. And we'll see that young quarterback Chase Spellman for the Lasers next week. That'll be on Thursday, next Thursday night at 7, right here on My 24. Big thank you to Sean Raffaelli tonight, our spotter, and our My 24 sports crew. For Terry Kelly, I'm John Weiser. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Heiser Automotive Group's Thursday Night Lights presented by Landmark Credit Union. Good night.